afternoon. I want to first thank the University Council and members of management for organizing this event and for inviting me and my family. I would have liked to exit quietly, and the council decided they must do it. I even asked why. They said, Professor, now we are in control, now you have left, we are going to do it. I said, fine, I will come when you want me to come. I also wish to appreciate both the current and the previous university councils for the support they have given me while serving as principal of SEKU and for 3 years, and later as Vice Chancellor for 10 years. If you listen and we have meetings with the colleagues, you find the problems in universities between the Vice Chancellor and the Council and myself. I have never had any problem with the University Council for the 13 years I have been here. I also wish to acknowledge the tremendous support I have received from staff and the students of SEKU, the political leadership from this. You have seen them come here. The governor has worked with us a long journey, and I remember there are many things the county government has done to SEKU during his tenure. But there is one thing I will never forget. During his first term, we had a lot of problems with water. And at the middle of night, I will receive information that students have said, if they wake up tomorrow morning and there is no water, they will go on strike. Then what do? I call the governor at the middle of the night, and they tell him, you have to save me. Students tomorrow will go on strike. We need water. And at the middle of the night, he will organize for the water to come to SEKU. Governor, I appreciate you for that support. I also wish to acknowledge the provincial administration, the national government, because the work of the Vice Chancellor you cannot do without a lot of support from the county security committee, from the local security committee, and we maintain a very good working relationship over the years. I know they are here, and I appreciate you for the support you have given me for the period I have been here. I also wish to appreciate my family for the support and the understanding during the many years as I have served in administration. And you'll be surprised, I will take 1 or 2 minutes to tell you, it's only 1 year I have worked without an administrative position throughout my employment period. Throughout. I worked for 1 year when I left the university. We were with Professor Mungendi. The then director appointed me the chairman of the Department of Biotechnology then. And there were many people with PhD, and they really complained. Until I went to ask him why he appointed me. And he told me, Professor, and I was not professor then, he told me the people who are complaining, they cannot do the job. So you have to do it. So I accepted and continued. I went to do PhD, and I did PhD, lucky enough, when I was also very young, in my 30s. And when I came back, I found the person who was the deputy director was now the director, and he appointed me a regional director. And when people say now Muluvi has just come the other day, why is he being appointed? Until I went to tell him, you know, I came the other day from Britain where I was doing my PhD, and I would like to stay with my family. Why can't you appoint these people who are complaining? And there were many of them who are my seniors. I found them there. And then the lecturer declined. He told me, I know why I appointed you, continue doing the job. So I did. Then I decided that I don't want an administrative job anymore. I want to focus and build a very strong career in research and become one of the eminent researchers in this country. And therefore I decided to leave the research institute, which was appointing me to administrative positions. I said I'll go to KU and then take up a lecturer's job, set up a very good laboratory, which I did, and then focus on research, no administrative job. Then a letter came. Professor Ishwani then had appointed me as chairman of a department barely 3 months after I had joined the KU. And then my friend who knew me, he knew I'm going to refuse. He came and he told me, if you refuse, Professor Ishwani will sack you. So you have to accept the job of chairmanship. And then I continued. Then my friends in the KU again ganged up and they said, Muluvi, you have done a good job as chairman, we'll make you the dean. I said, I don't want it. This one I refused. But they went to collect nomination papers, campaigned for me, and became a dean when I didn't want. And they continued with the job. Now there is no break. Then the Vice Chancellor appointed me acting Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic. When I was not even a professor, I was a senior lecturer. And I went to ask Professor Mungendi. By that time he had become a DVC. And that's why was I appointed. The university has more than 1,000 members of staff, very senior professors there. And how do I proceed with this? The VC said, no, I'm not looking for a title, I'm looking for somebody to do the job, and Professor Muluvi is going to do it. So Muluvi, who did not want to do an administrative job, he found himself DVC. Okay, within 3 months, I became a professor, and I continued. Then I remember I didn't want to come to SEKU. I can confess that. And the chairman of council, then Professor Munavu, and other members of council talked with me for close to 1 year. And then the Vice Chancellor was telling you, Muluvi, I will hand over the Vice Chancellor, the VC of KU to you. When I leave, you are my anointed successor. And I'm being told to go and become the principal of SEKU. I said no. So a lot of discussions went on. And one time, I came with my wife. I told her, let's go and see that SEKU. But that SEKU, we came that time, this road was not there. We were going through the boundary fence, we come here. And when we came, the place was the way my brother described, the way Professor Mungendi described. And when I was an DVC academic, she was doing masters in KU, in the School of Business. She used to come to my office. My office was very good. I asked her, do you think I should take this job? She told me, now, if you said you don't want, who will do it in this county, and you come from here? You have been given a university as a county, the council is looking for a principal, and now you are saying you don't want, who will ever do it? So when I got support from her, I accepted the job. And I'm happy 13 years down the line, people are fighting to replace me. So that support I received from the family was very encouraging. And for the 10 years I served as the Vice Chancellor of SEKU, I also, from the time I was the DVC to the time I was the Vice Chancellor, I also served as a director in about 7 different state corporations at different times. And I was also the chairman of the Vice Chancellor's Committee. I represented the public universities in 2 ESC committees, the University Council of East Africa for more than 5 years, and also the East African Science and East African Science and Technology Commission based in Arusha during the same period of time. And because of the heavy commitment, I had to focus 100% with my job. I like when I'm given a job, I do it. If I cannot do it, I leave it. And this is what I've told the SEKU staff. If you are a young person who has been employed and you are not committed to your job, how will you do it until you reach 60? It's better to leave, and you leave it early. You can only do a job for a long time if you are passionate for it. And therefore, my wife, we agreed she will take up the family affairs as I concentrate with my official engagement, which I did passionately. And my children were understanding. This is the first time my family have come to SEKU. because I also separated work and the family. My first-born daughter there, Linda, she's an advocate and works with one of the state agencies. I will not disclose for today. My son also is a specialist in procurement and logistics. He also works with one of the state corporations, one of the state agencies. And my last-born daughter is also finished law school. No, finished a degree in law, graduated last month, and now joining the Kenya School of Law in January. And my brother there, he forgot to introduce his wife. He forgot to introduce his wife, Stella. Of course, my son-in-law is there, and my two beautiful grandchildren. And when he now goes to, and the son, my nephew, my brother's son, is seated there. And when I finished my job now, because you remember, for many years I was in administrative jobs. My wife took over the family issues. Now when I took my sabbatical, she now handed over to me the family issues. Now I'm busy with the family matters. And she also took sabbatical. I wish to appreciate my former colleague Vice Chancellors, with whom we worked together at the Vice Chancellors Committee to address many challenges that have been facing public universities for a long time. And I'm happy we talked for a long time. Many times we are not understood, but eventually we were understood. When before I exited, we had a big meeting, and I was happy the leadership of the country clearly understands the challenges we have been facing as universities, and they committed to address those challenges. In a meeting, we attended, all of us. Professor Anduo, a very good friend of mine, and very good in computations. If you have 10 billion to distribute to the 30,000 university staff with a laptop, within minutes he will tell you how the increment will be and work out the master skills. Smiling on the laptop. Very good in calculations. And then Professor Mugendi, very good in negotiations. Negotiations are very difficult. I have been in negotiating in public universities since when I became DVC in 2006, and I continued. It is not an easy job. And Professor Mugendi is a church elder, but so can be very problematic. So he's very good in negotiations. And then my able deputy, the professor there, the VC of Kirinyaga, Mary Ndungo, are very good in negotiations, and we are able to move the university issues for many years through a lot of skills, through a lot of negotiation, through a lot of persuasion, even when the things are difficult. And I received a lot of support from the national government. I think I had very good mentorship from the way I started with Professor Manavu. He took me to the ministry. He has been in the scene for a long time. He introduced me to the ministers who were there then, and continued like that. And we got a lot of support as a university from the government through the Ministry of Education, and we have seen it for yourself. And I will not spend a lot of time on that, because many things have already been said by the previous speakers from within the university. In addition, I can only add that in addition to the more than 10,000 students who are here, and another close to 10,000 have already graduated. So we are talking of about 20,000 who have gone through and who are going to go through SEKU for now. The 10,000 does not include those who have graduated. The university, we made sure the quality management system was in place since 2014, and in 2018 we again transited to ISO 2001-2015 in terms of quality management system, and that helped university in modernizing its operations. the governor said, we have most of the health-related courses. We have the nursing students accredited by the Nursing Council, and the students, I think they are graduating this year. The first cohort will be graduating this year. We have BSc in medical laboratory science accredited by the KMLTTB, the board. We have public health accredited by the board. We have food and nutrition accredited by the board. So we have most of the courses in health sciences, and I'm sure you'll continue supporting the university to continue with that approach. We only had the challenges with and by the time I was leaving, we had worked on the program for pharmacy, and with the support and the expansion of facilities at the county, the university will be able to teach the medical degree course. In 2013, 2014, 2014, 2015, 2020, 2021, and in 2021, 2022, the university was rated excellent in performance contracting. And we continued being, despite our difficult location, we continued being among the top 10 rated state corporations in the country, even up to the last financial year. And that shows the indicated work with our members of staff. In 2021-2022, the university received diversity awards in recognition of our efforts towards inclusivity in our employment practices. And I want to say this without any contradiction. An all-inclusive SEKU will be strategically placed to play a key role in generating knowledge, innovations, and skills that will transform this country. The university management and the council should jealously ensure that tribalism and ethnicity does never become one of the building blocks of this university, as that will stand on its way of being a prosperous and globally competitive institution. Let merit, hard work, discipline, and the ability to deliver on assignments remain the foundation stones of this university. And I have confidence the University Council will ensure that happens. I'm almost coming to an end because many things I said have been said, but the university assets grew from 2.2 billion in 2013 when I took over as Vice Chancellor to 4.6 billion in 2022, representing a growth of about 65% during that period. And also the revenue increased several hundred times, because I remember when we started, the income was less than 17 million. I think that is here she knows. But we have a budget of about 1.5 billion, so I think that's a plus, but that's a lot of effort and lobbying for resources. And the person who will be appointed to replace me should continue lobbying for resources to build this university, because the university, you saw where the gate is, the space in between required to be built, and the money will be required, and the job for Vice Chancellor is not a job somebody will be given to come and sleep. It's a job somebody will be given and ensure we have infrastructure in place between here and the main gate, continuous. And you know the master plan is continuous from here to the main gate. So there's a lot of work to be done and waiting to be done. And with a supporting council, a supporting government, I believe that will happen. Our employees are rated very high within and outside the country. And when you look at the ranking of academic members of staff nationally and globally, you find members of staff from this university featuring among the best in the global rating. And that should be a trend. We should continue attracting very talented people, very well-grounded people in terms of academic, in terms of training, in terms of research, so that this university can play at the top. Can play at the top. That is not going to happen unless we have very good people employed as teaching members of staff in this university. And therefore, merit should be the cornerstone of our recruitment policy going forward. The council know my position on this, and they are here, and I'm sure they will continue. When we started the pension scheme, and you know, most of the universities, the pension scheme is trampled because of lack of contributions, and we started the scheme by 2013. We had 126 million. I've left a pension scheme of more than 1 billion, where we remit statutory deductions every month, and I hope that will continue with the management, because the members of staff seated there, their future on retirement is there. So that pension scheme should continue and jealously ensure it remains. The deductions are remitted every time. As I approach the end of my many remarks, many people may not remember that when we started this SEKU, there was no electricity even at Kwavonza. And there was no electricity on campus. And the nearest place you could get electricity from here was Chamadiaka, the governor knows, at Ndoto's place. And we had to get power from Machakos in 2010. We paid 20 million to Kenya Power. The power came across from Katangi to here. So a lot of progress has been made. Water was a big problem. I remember one time when we were at a graduation ceremony, I told the students at one time there will be no problem of water in SEKU, and they laughed. They told me, Professor, it's not possible. And we can stay for months. Of course, remember the water is involved. So you depend on goodwill from the county, and the university management, the council should continue working, especially with the county government, to ensure some of these services are provided without a problem. Then I wondered, when I was in Kiyu, the fiber was at the gate. Now here, well, how would we get fast internet? We paid it, the council approved, we paid 23 million, we get internet in the SEKU fiber, very early, and joined other universities in terms of communication. The road network, you look at the road from Kwavonza to here, Tamat, and it's a long story, I will not say it here, because I canvassed for that road. In the governor, we are working together to make sure this road is tarmacked. And eventually, the road was tarmacked. But one of the major contributions I believe I've made is the road network in SEKU, because that road was done by Kera close to 1 billion shillings. Together with the one Kiyu benefited from our effort and got the road tarmacked. So I believe I did not sleep on the job. I did what I was expected to do as Vice Chancellor of SEKU. However, the incoming Vice Chancellor should continue lobbying for resources to continue building SEKU into the world-class status we all wish to attain. A lot has been done over the last 13 years, but still much more remains to be done in the area of infrastructure development. The governor has talked about it, the council have talked about it. We have struggled with squatters and the issue of land cases. We have a piece of land in Nairobi, court cases, because it's more than, the value is more than 1 billion shillings, maybe 1.5 in upper billion, and the Gurambas are there, and I've spent all my time on court cases. And I think the governor, the council should seek an audience and explain to the governor the challenges of land. And I'm sure you'll be able to reach out to the national government and see how some of the issues can be addressed, and especially the land in Nairobi. As I conclude, I wish to state that I have no apologies or inquiries to make for the period I served either as principal or vice chancellor. All the decisions I made were, in my view, well thought out and in the best interest of the university. I also made sure I involved the University Council, the management, and other stakeholders in all the important decisions affecting the university that were made during my tenure. And other stakeholders for the support given to me during my tenure as principal and vice chancellor. I also wish to appreciate my colleagues, vice chancellors, who I worked with very closely for the 3 years I served as the chairman of the Vice Chancellor Committee of Public Universities and also as a member, because I've been in that committee for about 13 years. Thank you very much, and God bless you.